the Olathe Public Schools population has reached nearly 30,000 students, and it continues to grow rapidly. One of the biggest daily challenges for a district of its size is to provide healthy lunch options on time and on budget while meeting mandated nutritional guidelines. That responsibility falls on the Food Services Division.
Food Services' role is really to support the mission of the school district, which is to prepare children for their future. We do that through our own mission of providing affordable, nutritious, and appealing meals to students so they're prepared to learn.
They do an incredible job. I would say especially here at Arbor Creek, we have over 600 kids that we serve in a 2-hour period. I would like to see any restaurant here in Olathe do that.
One strategy Food Services uses to meet its challenges is adding new twists to old standbys. The result is still a big hit while adapting to changing requirements.
We have a large team that works at the Food Production Center behind the scenes to make the meals happen. Spaghetti is a great low-fat, whole-grain option that is prepared in 200-gallon kettles. We get the water boiling, we pour 100 pounds of spaghetti into the kettle, and then a strainer pulls the spaghetti up out of the water and onto a table. We then put 5 pounds of spaghetti into each bag to be able to ship to the schools.
Yeah, the food is good. Meatballs. What I do not like about spaghetti is the sauce, because when at home I have to take my shirt off to eat it if I have sauce on mine.
Before such favorites as spaghetti ever make it onto the plates, a lot of planning has to go into how, when, and why food options are chosen.
When I first sit down, I just start writing out the menu and what makes sense. A variety of temperature, a variety of textures, a variety of colors to make sure that it's appealing as well. And I just start moving around those pieces until it fits.
Many factors go into deciding which foods will make the cut. The first is meeting the nutritional regulations set by the USDA. These include looking at a variety of food groups served both on a daily basis and a weekly basis. They must also consider weekly ranges of nutritional factors such as calories, fat, and sodium. Once those foods are identified, they must then check the availability and cost of all of the ingredients.
We spend a little bit over $1 a meal on food costs, so that is a limitation that we face. It is definitely not throwing dice. It is fitting each piece perfectly into a puzzle so that it fits on all of these different levels.
Although nutritional concerns have been prominent in the general public for the last few years, careful menu planning is nothing new to Food Services.
Schools have really been the leader on trying to provide proper nutrition to kids.
Leading the charge for proper nutrition often requires trying to keep pace with evolving demands.
The regulations are always changing. We have the Kansas State Department of Education Child Nutrition Division, which is an amazing team that helps us stay on top of nutrition regulations. They provide education and they provide tools to help us learn and implement these changes.
Providing healthy lunch and breakfast options is an important way to help students be successful during the school day. Today, more than 3,000 students in the district participate in the breakfast program at 44 sites. In addition, the Food Services Division works hard to educate and excite children about nutrition along the way.
It's good for your body to have all the fruits, vegetables, grains, all of that stuff.
The Food Service Department has done a great job, I think, of introducing foods to our kids that they might not know otherwise. Just last week we had kiwi, for example. And this is a green fruit that many of our kids were not familiar with, but they walked away out of the lunchroom really enjoying it, having enjoyed it, and many of them tried that for the first time.
Olathe's Food Services Division is unique among public school programs in that it strives for self-sufficiency.
Food Services operates much like any not-for-profit enterprise would. We don't receive funding from the school district. We have a food production center with a central kitchen. All of our expenses, whether that be salaries, benefits, the purchase of food and supplies, purchasing trucks, fuel, utilities, everything that goes into running a business is paid from the revenues that Food Services generates. The food is loaded each day onto our delivery trucks. and those trucks deliver the products to the schools, so then the final preparation of the meals is done on site at the schools.
Lunchtime is just a time when the kids are able to just talk with their friends and share with their experiences from the night before or the weekend before, or what's happened during the day. Maybe they did a fun, cool project they're sharing with their friends, or maybe they shared in that experience and just want to talk about it. So it's an important part that we do as adults, and they just get an opportunity to do it here in the lunchroom as well.
Setting the stage for the right environment in the cafeteria involves looking at many factors. Food appearance, texture, temperatures, and overall presentation are all taken into consideration.
Well, I like how it tastes, and a lot of days there's some stuff that I really like. Like there's burritos, there's chicken patty sandwiches, there's shrimp poppers. Really delicious.
What I want students to experience is when they walk into that cafeteria is the smell of good food and the look of appealing food and the nutrition behind it, and understand the nutrition behind it. And I want them to be able to sit down and have an appealing meal that is healthy and that looks good, and take a break from the regular school day with their friends.
Okay, does anybody have any questions before we start eating?
One of the many proactive steps Food Services takes to enrich the experience for students comes in the form of seeking advice from a student advisory group.
Student input is vital. They're our customers. We meet with them, we teach them how we create our menus, we go over nutrition of our menus, and then we have them create a menu. So we have them taste test products that are potential menu items for that next year, or possibly even that we would add to the current year.
Which was your favorite chicken so far?
And then they take a tour of the food production center to learn how we do it. And then after we brainstorm, we create a menu that we will serve for the next school year. So we really rely on their input.
All of this is designed to encourage healthy consumption, to ensure that the students can get the most out of the whole school experience.
Enjoying lunch and getting food in me, so I don't, because whenever I don't eat, I do bad in school.
Food is energy, so to get through the day with their academics and their physical activity, a balanced diet is vital.
Brains don't function without nourishment. Without that, they're distracted in class. There's higher incidence of disciplinary issues. So if a child is nourished, they're going to perform much better in school.
The lunch that they eat here in the lunchroom directly impacts how they perform in our classrooms. And if they're walking away with good nutrition, protein, all that we know that good lunches include, they're going to be more likely to be successful in the classroom.
Perhaps the biggest challenge to providing a wide variety of nutritious options is one that many parents have already experienced at home.
I think as a society, we get in a rut with eating the same foods consistently over and over again. And we go to easy foods. And so I think as a whole, nutrition education with children is lacking. We need to challenge them to try new foods, and we need to educate them about the importance of why it is important to try new foods.